So at Crum, we do a good, better, best option.
Okay.
And you can label that however you want.
Yeah.
It can be the Buick, the Ford, or the Cadillac, whatever.
Yeah.
Make it fun. And then, so you're doing a good, better, best on the shingle you're quoting.
Okay.
And then you'll always throw in a flyer for Green Sky.
Okay.
And then we also have a King of Care Club.
You go to the door, you knock on the door, they greet you. Do you try and sit down with them? I mean, you're an exterior, so people, I think, naturally want to come outside. I know I've done that before with salespeople. So what's your next step, though, in your process? What do you like to do?
Yeah, so I'll greet myself. I'm Logan with Crum Exteriors. You are.
Okay.
And I'll just start going in as great home. And if there's a dog, I'll pet the dog.
Coming inside. You
Yeah.
want to come inside. You
I'll
don't
try
want
to get inside.
Yeah.
Yep. Sometimes they step out, but build that rapport, get to know the customer, and then have them tell me why they had me come out.
Okay.
Even though I already know why.
Yeah.
But just let them explain, and then
Is that a stand-up thing, or will you sit down? You're okay with standing up?
yeah, either or.
Okay.
A lot of time, or sometimes they'll let us come in, but majority of the time they'll step out.
Yeah.
And then we'll do our walk around with the customer, get on the roof.
Yeah. Okay, so let's slow down real quick. So you're saying, hey, in this example I pitched, it's like, I know the roof's getting old, it's like 15 years old. I saw some neighbors down the street, we're getting it done. What are you asking about to get them to think about other things, or explain to me, like, what other open-ended questions are you asking to get them to talk to you and see what's going on with them?
Do you have any leaks in your house?
Mm-hmm.
When's the last time you replaced your roof?
Okay.
Have you ever replaced a roof before?
Do you ever get into hey, have you thought about how you're going to pay for this project? Do you have a budget in mind, kind of money-oriented type things?
Yep. So what I like to do is I like to walk around the house with the customer.
Yeah.
And then I like to talk about those questions when I'm walking around with them, and just getting the feel with them. And yes, that is one thing that I'm working on, is starting to ask what their budget is.
Yeah.
Because then getting that info is not going to cause objections.
Sure.
So if you answer those questions early on, it's going to avoid those
for sure
objections.
Yeah, but you're walking the premises, you're building rapport, you're listening for certain things that they're saying. You talk about, like, hey, how long are you planning on living here, kind of thing. That question comes up.
Yep. Talk about that. If they ever plan on moving, is it their forever home?
Right. Right.
But I mean, asking a lot of questions is key.
Right.
But
yeah. Now, do you get up on the roof at that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe let's say, I was going to say, because a lot of people, right, are just like, throw the bids in the mailbox. You don't even see them. I'm sure you got competitors like that. They do the drive-by quote.
Oh yeah.
So that helps differentiate yourself.
Right.
So yeah. So go ahead. What's your inspection, process like?
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll do our walk around with the customer, and then we get on the roofs every single time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, if the customer wants to come on the roof, come on the roof.
Do you people do that?
Some people do.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've been on my roof. That's why I hate heights. I don't know how you guys do it every day. But anyways, yeah. Okay, so some people go up there, yeah.
I mean, they want to know what the roof is doing too.
Sure.
Because you can take pictures and
right.
At least come up to the top of the ladder and look.
Yeah.
You don't have to get on, but...
so what are you talking about? What are you telling them about the roof? Maybe it is that 20-year-old roof. Are you showing them? Because I don't know. I'm not a technical guy. I don't know anything about a roof.
Yeah, I mean, if there's granulose, I love showing those pictures. If it's a 3-tab shingle, that's an older shingle.
Yeah.
It's about a 10-year shingle, 10 to 15. Any blistering, any cracking up there.
Yeah.
I love showing customers if the roof is older, if there's cracks on the ridge, because that obviously can cause leaking down the road.
For sure.
But just talking to them about their roof, and I always get in the attic.
Yeah.
And one of the nuggets I picked up from coming a certain path is getting in the attic is like going to the doctor,
right,
and getting an x-ray.
Yeah.
So getting in that attic and looking at the sheathing or the space stacking is huge, and then that will help with knowing if the attic or the roof is properly ventilated.
Yeah, there we go. I was going to get into that in a minute.
Yeah.
So let's say, you know, I don't like heights. I'm not getting up there, right? Like, Logan, you tell me about it later, right? So you're taking pictures. Do you video too?
Sometimes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And so when you take pictures of on the roof and in the attic, and you come down, I guess it's painting a picture. Like this is what it is, but like, do you explain what that means? Because like if you told me it's blistering, and I'm like, I don't know, what does that mean? So how do you explain certain things like that? Like,
yep. So and I'm a paparazzi, by the way.
All right.
So
that's fair.
I like taking pictures.
Yeah.
But I mean, if there's a picture of, or if your roof has a loss of granules, right, I will obviously take a photo of your gutter, because that's where pretty much all the granules go if they have a gutter. But I'll explain to them, I mean, that's from the wear and tear of like wind, rain, snow, ice dams. That all can cause granule loss. Blistering, obviously, your attic isn't properly ventilated.
Right.
So I'll explain that to them.
What do you say about proper ventilation? Like when I started in this years ago, I was like, what? Ventilation? Like I wouldn't think you wanted to breathe at all. You don't want anything to get in there. That was as a novice, So how do you explain to people like ventilation is a good thing?
Yeah. So your eaves, the flat sides, should have vented strips, cut-in vented strips with aluminum panel on it that are vented. So that's your intake. So then you can either have like turtle vents or box vents, or whirlybirds,
right,
or ridge vent, and that's your exhaust. So your air needs to come in, but it also needs to escape.
Right.
So that's how And
if it doesn't, what happens?
You're gonna get some blistering.
Right. Or other things, right?
Or other things, rotten OSB. That's going to cause damage down the road to your roof.
Yeah.
So ventilation is key to a roof, and I like to stress on that.
Yeah.
But I'll get in the attic and I'll look.
Organic growth, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like we can't say the word. We can say organic growth. I've been corrected so many times. I finally learned it. Can't call it mold, Bob. We don't know for sure. I'm like, okay, organic growth. Yeah.
So,
but some people don't have any idea, right?
Right.
I mean, if they don't until you get it, someone shows them.
I had one customer. They had aluminum soffit and fascia, and they're like, "Why are there holes under my eaves, but not up my rakes?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, that's how your roof is vented."
Yeah.
And I got up in the attic and looked down to the eaves, and they weren't vented.
Oh, man.
So we corrected it.
Yeah. You showed them the pictures, I'm sure, and this is what's going on.
Yeah. That was good, and that makes you feel knowledgeable.
Right.
And
I was going to say, by doing that step, if other guys had come out and didn't, you win that job, right?
100%.
Are you taking notes, or is it just pictures and videos, or like, so what? When you're collecting all this information, like, what are you doing?
Yep. So this year we actually, but yes, I take notes. But this year we came up with a roofing cheat sheet.
Oh, nice.
So making sure you're hitting all of those points you need to look at.
Yeah.
Taking the correct pictures.
Yeah.
And then there's spots on there where you can take notes, like counting your turtle vents, and is it ridge vent?
Yeah.
What kind of shingles up there? But
nice.
Those cheat sheets are very, very helpful. But
do you use like a software with the photos, like Company Cam, or do you guys just do old school, just on the iPhone, or what do you do?
Old school.
Yeah.
So we'll take the photos on our phone.
Yeah.
And then we'll upload them to AccuLinks.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
And then they're saved there.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right, so, on the roof, you're looking for granule loss, you're looking for blistering, you're looking for missing shingles. You get in the attic, the fun stuff, right? You see if the ventilation's bad. What other things are you always looking for to point out to people?
If there's any rotten OSB, water spots.
I was going to say, right? Maybe they had a leak. They didn't even know it yet, maybe, right? It could be developing soon.
Yep. Older homes, I like to look for if they have space decking.
Okay.
And then depending on how far apart the space decking is, if they do end up getting a new roof, that space decking has to get replaced if the spacing is too far apart. So, and a lot of times customers don't even know. If you ask them, I don't know.
Oh, I wouldn't know either, yeah.
I would.
Yeah, you're educating them.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, and obviously showing them pictures.
Right.
But, yeah.
So how much of it, okay, so you collect all this information, and then you come down, and then where are you going next? Are you standing somewhere going through all this? Because obviously you want to do show and tell, right?
Yep.
So what's the next process?
Yep. So when I'm done with everything, I will bid the job on the spot.
Okay.
So I'll let the customer know that, this is going to take about 30 minutes when setting the expectation right away in the beginning. I will.
So let's bring that up because we didn't dig into that before. So you're setting the expectations earlier.
Yes.
So talk to me about what all you say to set the expectations of the call.
Yep. So basically what happens is you go knock on the door and then you build rapport.
Yeah.
You're always building rapport.
Right.
But then talking to the customer about what they're wanting done.
Yeah. So we ask those open-ended questions, right? Yeah.
And then letting the customer know I'm going to need to get in the attic. I'm going to get on the roof. This whole process is going to take about 30 to 45 minutes.
Right.
Depending on the size of the roof. And then I will be able to give you an estimate on the spot.
Yeah.
And then asking them how long they have. Is this an okay time?
Right.
Do they need to be anywhere?
Yeah.
So just setting that expectation on what you're going to do. And then once I'm done with the estimate, I will go find the customer, try to get to the kitchen table. Sometimes it's on the garbage can.
You got to do what you got to do sometimes, right? So real quick, when you're building your options out, are you tablet, handwriting it? What do you prefer to do?
So we use AccuLinks on our
AccuLinks
tablet.
does that. Okay. All
or
right.
you can use your computer.
Okay. How many options are you building out then on let's say a roof like this? I called you out, 20-year-old roof. So what do the options look like?
Yep. So at Crum, we do a good, better, best option.
Okay.
And you can label that however you want.
Yeah.
It can be the Buick, the Ford, or the Cadillac, whatever.
Yeah.
Make it fun. And then, so you're doing a good, better, best on the shingle you're quoting.
Okay.
And then you'll always throw in a flyer for Green Sky.
Okay.
And then we also have a King of Care Club.
Right.
So we'll always stick that in there and literature on the shingle.
Yeah.
And then go find the customer.
Okay. When you so you do this you like to do it on your own and then have it all ready. You're not doing it in front of the customer, right? Building it out.
Oh no, yeah. I'll go back to my vehicle.
Okay, gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
And do it that way.
Okay. When you're building your good, better, best, what mostly differentiates those three levels? Is the length of the shingle, better underlayment? Like what? How do you guys separate?
Yeah. So basically, it'll be a class 3 shingle versus a class 4 shingle. The class 4 shingle, obviously, they'll save money on their insurance.
Yeah.
Obviously, and it looks better.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much what that would be. Both products or all estimates would come with the 5-year workmanship warranty through Crum Exteriors.
Okay.
And I love looking at other bids too.
Right.
Comparing apples to apples.
For sure. All right. So your differentiate. So when breaking down your three options, so it's type of shingle, the guarantees you're offering. What else separates them? The bare bones roof to the your Cadillac, as you said.
The other company might not have drip edge on there. They might use a different type of underlayment or felt.
Right.
So that's a lot of things that, I mean, I explain. We use synthetic underlayment.
Yeah.
And you'll run into other companies that use felt. So that's where something that you can explain that to your customer.
Will you build gutters out right away? Like if they need gutters, or we?
Yes.
And will that be on all options, or just the top option, or?
It'll be on both that we offer.
Okay.
So you open the open top and then the maintenance free. The good, better, best option. The best would be with obviously the Class 4 hail impacted shingle.
Okay.
It would come with the I can't say the word. Synthetic underlayment.
Okay.
And then it's going to come with the felt.
Yeah.
And then basically just the Class 4 hail resistant shingle.
Yeah. So do customers know what that is, or do you have to say, hey, you're not going to be bothered next time you got that storm rolling through?
Most customers don't. Some customers will ask for that.
Okay. Interesting.
The Class 4 shingle.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they don't even know if they can save money on their homeowner's insurance.
So you've built out these options, right? And you're like, okay, I've got my packet put together. You've got the club membership. Is the club membership, does that go in every option, or is it just like the top? I like it. Good.
Yep.
Yeah. So what differentiates you? Well, first of all, to hear a club in roofing is still, unfortunately, not a lot of people do it. I'm glad you guys do it, clearly. So what are the benefits of it?
Yep. So it's $14.95 a month.
Yeah.
We'll clean up to 150 feet of gutters.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll get on the roof. We'll clean any debris up on the roof. We'll do a full roofing inspection.
Yeah.
If they have skylights, we'll clean them.
Yeah.
They'll save money on their service fee.
Yeah.
Typically, they're $79.99. Being a member, it's $39.99.
Right.
And then they get 10% off on services.
Nice.
So
very good.
It's a pretty good product.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, and to me, the value of being able to check on that roof that you install, right? Make sure it's doing good, it's in good shape. I mean, that's a big value added thing when people talk about it, right?
Right.
Because most people, set it, forget it, and then all of a sudden something happens, you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are automatically coming out, which is a nice peace of mind.
It is a peace of mind.
Yeah. Now, will you go do those, or will you have technicians that go do those checks?
The repair techs.
Repair techs
will go out there and do those.
That's great.
So.
All right, so you've got your booklet put together. We're not on the trash can this time. I was nice enough to let you know. So we're going to sit down. So how do you present your three options? How do you talk to me about what you put together for me?
Yep. So we'll find a table, and I'll let the customer know that I did quote them a good, better, best option.
Yeah.
And I will open the folder and I'll start with the good.
Yeah.
And I'll let them know I'll go through the good, and then I'll present the better option.
Yeah.
And then I'll present the best option.
Okay.
And then I will let them know that each proposal will come with a 5-year workmanship warranty through Crum. I'll ask them, is this something that was in line with your budget?
Okay.
Hopefully I would have had that answer before I would present. Sometimes they don't like to give it to you. Yeah. Which is okay.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they'll say, yeah. And then ask the question, is this something that you are wanting to get done?
Yeah.
When are you looking to have this project completed?
Yeah.
Is this something that you're wanting to have your roof done this year?
Yeah.
So
that's after you presented the price, or that's earlier you had those questions asked?
Earlier.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
What I thought. Okay.
So.
Okay, you showed me the price. You're quiet, right? You want to see what my response is, right?
Yes.
So, saying, Logan, that's a lot of money. I need to think about it. Like, how do you handle that? I need to think about it. Question.
Yes. Yeah. I need to think about it. I love asking, is there anything that you were looking for that is not on this estimate?
Okay. What kind of answers you get to that? That's interesting.
A lot of times you get just, no, you've been great.
Yeah.
but I'm looking for more of a better shingle.
Okay.
So, well, what kind of shingle are you looking for?
Yeah.
Is there a specific kind you like?
Yeah.
Have you done your research? We're a company that sells Owens Corning.
Yeah.
We can get GAF, Malarkey, but
so you can get whatever they want if they really that nerdy about it.
Right.